What if he was here? Maybe I would strangle him. Maybe I would strangle him because some of some of his associates, I still want to strangle them.
Made him jiggy and put him in suits and made them write lyrics for him and took all their publishing and them. You know what's crazy? I never saw Biggie smile until after he died.
Okay, so we've all heard the official story about Biggie's death, but what if there's more to it? What if Diddy, the man who claimed to be Biggie's closest friend and mentor, was actually pulling the strings behind the scenes? Buckle up because this tea is about to get scalding.
Made him jiggy and put him in suits and made them write lyrics for him and took all their publishing and them. Made him jiggy and put him in suits and I was like, wow, man. He was really enjoying his life and they got taken away from him. So it was then that I cherished the smile. It was then. Wow, wow, thank you for that. I was like, wow, man. He was.
But everybody was saying, dude shouldn't have came out there. You know what I'm saying?
Now, let's rewind and set the scene. It's 1997 and Biggie's in LA. But here's the thing. He wasn't even supposed to be there. Multiple sources say Biggie was hesitant about the trip. And can you blame him? Tupac had been unalived in Vegas just months earlier, and the East Coast-West Coast beef was hotter than my latest TikTok dance challenge. So why was Biggie there? Well, apparently Diddy pressured him to go. But why would Diddy push his biggest star into a dangerous situation? Some say it was all about securing Biggie's music rights and keeping him under control. There are even whispers that Biggie was planning to leave Bad Boy Records altogether. Can you imagine? That would have been a bigger plot twist than the ending of The Sixth Sense. Let's talk about those music rights for a sec. Word on the street is that Diddy was playing games with Biggie's publishing. Biggie's lawyers were fighting tooth and nail to get back what was rightfully his. It was no secret that Diddy was ruthless when it came to artist royalties. Some even say Diddy warned Biggie he'd be dead before getting his publishing back. Yikes, that's shadier than my ex's Instagram stories.
He wanted his marketing and his publishing back. That he said that the management that he had at the time, Mark Pitts and Wayne Barrows, who were puff free.
But wait, it gets even juicier. Biggie's mom, Voletta Wallace, has been spilling some serious tea. She's convinced Diddy had a hand in her son's death, whether directly or indirectly. Mama Wallace didn't hold back, saying she felt betrayed and that her son was taken from her because of Diddy's greed and control. In her book Biggie, Voletta dropped some major bombshells. She wrote, "I'm glad my son does not have to witness that the very people that he thought he could ride and die with wouldn't think twice about using his mother." She even said she used to warn Christopher, that's Biggie's real name, BTW, not to trust Diddy. Mother's intuition is real, y'all. Voletta also spilled about how much money Biggie got when he signed with Bad Boy. Are you ready for this? A measly $25,000. That might sound like a lot to us regular folks, but in the music industry, that's pocket change. Voletta said it was enough to buy blind love and loyalty from her 19-year-old son. Talk about a raw deal. But Mama Wallace isn't just sitting back and accepting things. She's been fighting for justice for years. In an interview with the Daily Mail, she said she and the LAPD detectives know who's responsible for Biggie's death, but there's a conspiracy preventing the case from being solved. She said, "It seems to me that it's one giant conspiracy and someone is definitely being protected somewhere down the line." Now, let's talk about those alleged gay tapes. I know, it sounds like something out of a bad movie, but hear me out. According to DMX and other sources, Biggie was never the same after a particular meeting with Diddy.
Made him jiggy and put him in suits and made them write lyrics for him and took all their publishing and them. You know what's crazy? I never saw Biggie smile until after he died.
The rumor is that Diddy had compromising footage of Biggie and used it to keep him in check. Biggie's mom has hinted that Diddy manipulated her son in more ways than one, using these tapes as leverage to stop him from leaving Bad Boy Records. It's like something out of a twisted episode of Black Mirror, right? But the plot thickens. Besties, multiple sources claim that Biggie was trying to leave Bad Boy Records shortly before his death. He was apparently frustrated with Diddy's leadership and was looking for a way out. Gene Deal, a former bodyguard for Diddy, spilled some major tea about this.
Puff had robbed Big, and Big was robbing Puff.
Gene said he saw Biggie's bad boy contract when he had to watch over Diddy's briefcase during a flight. The contract outlined Big's earnings in increments of $250,000, but left publishing income in Puff's possession. When Gene asked Biggie about it, the rapper allegedly told him about a new deal worth more than $60 million. Can you imagine Diddy's face if Biggie had walked away with that kind of money? Now, let's talk about the night Biggie was unalived. He was leaving a party in LA, and it was supposed to be a celebration. But according to witnesses, something felt off. Gene Deal has long claimed that Biggie's death wasn't a random drive-by shooting.
Wasn't no drive-by. Car was standing there at the corner. We talk about all the time, bruh. The stories they tell, it's not truth.
Gene and others suggest that Biggie's death was planned and orchestrated. The shooters knew exactly where to be and when to strike. Could Diddy have been involved in the setup? It's a chilling thought, but Gene's not the only one asking these questions. In another interview, Gene dropped a bombshell about Diddy lying to Biggie's mother. Apparently, Miss Wallace had asked Diddy about Gene, but Diddy denied knowing him. Why? Gene says it's because Diddy was afraid he'd spill all the tea about what really happened the night Biggie was unalived.
He didn't tell Miss Wallace because he knew I wasn't gonna lie to Big's mama. He knew I was gonna tell Miss Wallace everything that happened.
But wait, there's more. Gene revealed some seriously sus details about the cars that night. Biggie's car was covered in stickers, which is a big no-no for rental cars. Gene says only one group could have done this, the street team hired by Bad Boy Records. And get this, Diddy's car was completely sticker-free. Coincidence? I think not.
Because somebody wanted to know, yo, if y'all gonna get big, to go to the car with the stickers on.
Gene didn't stop there. He dropped another major revelation about Diddy that had everyone shook. Despite the tension between East and West Coast rap scenes, Diddy failed to provide adequate security for Biggie. It's like sending someone into a lion's den with nothing but a feather duster for protection. Gene also pointed fingers at someone else he believed was working with Diddy, a member of Biggie's crew named D-Rock. Apparently, Gene warned D-Rock to avoid Diddy's planned route, but D-Rock ended up leading Biggie to the fateful after-party at the Peterson Museum anyway. Was D-Rock acting on his own, or was someone else pulling the strings? There's another shocking detail that'll make your jaw drop. According to Gene, Biggie's security team of 7 or 8 members was mostly unarmed. In the middle of a dangerous feud with Biggie unable to run or defend himself due to his health condition, why on earth would his security be unarmed? Gene says it was Diddy's orders. If that's true, it's beyond negligent. It's downright suspicious. Now, let's talk about another voice in this conversation, MC8. He's questioning the widely accepted narrative that Biggie's unalivement was a direct result of Tupac's accusations. MC8 believes Biggie's death was a premeditated setup rather than a consequence of Tupac's claims.
Me being Biggie, would I have came to LA knowing Pac died and had animosity and the death row and beef was still going on? I would have never jumped on that motherfucker.
MC8 raised an important point. Would Biggie still be alive if the conflict between Death Row and Bad Boy Records hadn't existed? It's a chilling thought, isn't it? Another rapper, Spice One, shared his memories of the time around Biggie's death. He was in LA when Biggie visited and remembers the tension in the air. According to Spice One, everyone knew Biggie's life was in danger when he came to LA. He even says some West Coast residents might have warned Biggie not to visit during such a volatile time.
Everybody I encountered, every and gangbanger and every nigga that I encountered was saying, man, that don't need to be out here. You shouldn't have came out here. You know what I'm saying?
Now, here's a twist that'll make your head spin. Some people actually believe that Diddy was the intended target, not Biggie. Gene Deal claims he has evidence suggesting Diddy was the real target that night. According to Gene, Diddy had a hit on him, but his security team got tipped off and moved him to a hotel, leaving Biggie behind at the museum.
Go nowhere that night. I said, Puff, I got some intel. The guys are coming to tonight at the museum.
Gene says the hitman mistook Biggie for Diddy and opened fire on his SUV as it left the museum. It's like something out of a Hollywood thriller, right? But the plot thickens even more. Jaguar Wright, a neo-soul singer and former member of The Roots, has also made claims about Diddy's involvement in Biggie's death. In an interview with the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast, Jaguar alleged that Diddy had a motive for wanting Biggie dead. He saw the rapper as a threat to his own success in the music industry.
Puffy has been making money off of Biggie's name for longer than Biggie was alive. People keep forgetting he hadn't turned 25 yet. He was still 24 when he died.
Now, let's take a moment to remember who Biggie was and why his death shook the music world. Born Christopher Wallace in Brooklyn in 1972, Biggie quickly made a name for himself in the city's underground rap scene. He signed with Diddy's Bad Boy Records in 1992 and released his debut album Ready to Die in 1994. The album was a massive hit, establishing Biggie as one of the most talented and influential rappers of his generation.
The more money you make, the more problems you get. And jealousy and envy is just something that comes with the territory, man. A lot of people, it's just negative energy.
But despite his success, Biggie's life was plagued by controversy and violence. His feud with Tupac Shakur, who was also gunned down in 1996, is the stuff of hip-hop legend. Many believe the two unalivers were connected, part of the ongoing East Coast-West Coast rivalry. On the night of his death, Biggie attended a party hosted by Vibe magazine in Los Angeles. As he was leaving in a GMC Suburban, a vehicle pulled up beside him and opened fire. Biggie was hit 4 times, including a fatal shot to the chest. He was rushed to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, but was pronounced dead less than an hour later. The case remained unsolved for nearly a decade, with theories ranging from police corruption to rival gangs to industry insiders. In the years since, Biggie's impact on hip-hop has only grown. He's now recognized as one of the most influential artists in the genre, inspiring new generations with his music. But for those closest to him, his family, friends, and fans, the pain of losing him never fully went away. Biggie's mother, Voletta Wallace, became a fierce advocate for justice, spending years trying to uncover the truth about who was really responsible for her son's unalivement. She's made public pleas asking anyone with information to step forward and cooperate with authorities. Beyond seeking justice, Voletta has also been committed to keeping Biggie's legacy alive. She's taken charge of managing his estate and created the Christopher Wallace Memorial Foundation, which offers educational opportunities to kids in Brooklyn, the same community where Biggie grew up. As new revelations continue to surface, Biggie's death is being looked at through a different lens. Diddy's role in the story is being questioned more than ever, while Voletta Wallace continues to speak out, determined to bring the full truth to light. And there you have it, besties. The mystery surrounding Biggie's death is deeper and more complex than we ever imagined. From music rights battles to alleged blackmail, from suspicious security decisions to potential mistaken identity, this story has more twists and turns than a roller coaster at Six Flags. As more people come forward with their stories, former friends, bodyguards, and fellow artists, it's becoming clear there's much more to Biggie's death than we ever knew. Will we ever know the full truth? Only time will tell. Until next time, keep sipping that tea and stay woke. This is your girl, Sophie Scoop, signing off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more juicy celebrity gossip and deep dives into hip-hop history. Peace out! Peace out!